Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Tobago. I'm Davia Chambers, and today we are in the beautiful fishing village of Charlotteville. Now, this scenic and historical village will be your location as we update you on all that's been happening in Tobago. As usual, we've got lots to share in the next half hour, so we're going to get right to it, starting with this week's headlines. Tobago is opening its doors to non-traditional markets to increase the number of visitors to the island. One tour service provider achieves a regional first with Blue Flag Award certification. We highlight some of the training opportunities available to maritime operators in Tobago, and then we take a look at a musician who takes his love for music and the pan to higher heights. We have all these stories and more for you when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Stay with us.
Hi team, I'm Nadia. I'm a wife, a mother of two, and your transportation planner. I got vaccinated to help protect my family, my children, and to give myself a fighting chance against the war of COVID. My job takes me places. Every day I interact with over 100 workers in traffic management, the police, community stakeholders, and business persons. It's been too long. It's time to show COVID who's the boss. So, vax up, because protection starts with us.
Thank you for staying with us. We recently shared with you the good news that international flights have finally returned to the A&R Robinson International Airport in Crown Point. However, that's just the beginning, as the Tobago House of Assembly has plans to attract other carriers to the island from non-traditional source markets. Here's more in this story. Europe has traditionally been Tobago's tourism source market. Put simply, your source market comprises the countries from which most of your visitors originate. But according to Chief Secretary Honorable Fali Augustine, there are plans to open the island up to other markets. He says visitors must be sourced from markets not previously considered.
The only caution is that we have to ensure we do due diligence, we do sufficient research so that our investments will return positive gains.
Honorable Augustine says the reopening of Tobago's economy is critical to driving foreign exchange. He explains.
Tobago has to become open for business, and it's about doing two things simultaneously. It's about treating with the COVID realities on one hand and simultaneously reopening the economy of Tobago so that we can drive foreign exchange here on the island, and perhaps Tobago can become the answer to Trinidad and Tobago's forex shortages.
And according to Louis Lewis, CEO of the Tobago Tourism Agency Limited, much has been done to keep Destination Tobago relevant.
We've partnered with CAFA in training a number of our stakeholders. Over 200 stakeholders have been trained in safety protocols to ensure that it can be infused with the vacation activity, and they have been certified. More than that, we've worked with the international agencies that travel agents and tour operators are looking to, and we are proud to say that Tobago has the highest number in terms of a volume of persons who are trained in the World Travel and Tourism Council stamp certification as a safe destination.
So how can budding and established entrepreneurs from the Gateway to Tobago, Bonaccord Crown Point, take advantage of the reopening of the destination?
I know it has been difficult, but if you have a product or service, ensure that it is up to the required standard. Also, when engaging with these tourists, ensure that your customer service is second to none, so that they will be encouraged to return to the shores and encourage others to visit as well.
British Airways became the first international airline to resume its operations to Tobago on January 10th. Virgin Atlantic will return on January 29th. Reduce, reuse, recycle. It's a mantra the Tobago-based waste management company Recycling Waste and Logistics Limited (RWL) is taking to another level. RWL is repurposing the island's non-biodegradable waste to make it a renewable resource for international manufacturers. This is all being done out of the Tico Swaf Shore Park facility under the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative, or TRRI. Ryan McCool explains.
Good day and welcome to the Tobago Recycling Resource Initiative at the TRRI Recycling Center. Welcome. Follow. We actually launched on the 26th of November, that's in 2020, but actually it took about 2 years of planning. Since in 2018 we did our mobilization from operating in Trinidad for 6 years. That's from August 2014 to right up till September 2020.
Since being established in Tobago, TRRI has repurposed over 100 tons of recyclables from plastic bottles to aluminum cans. Through collaboration with the THA, TRRI has mounted island-wide collections via strategically placed recycling bins. Daily drop-offs are coordinated by the Public Health Department and other stakeholders.
So after the recyclable material is processed, it's placed into this machine where it's compressed and baled to be shipped out. And guess what? I get to press the button.
TRRI generates revenue by supplying repurposed materials to parts of Europe, India, and South and Central America.
We actually want to be in a position that we must be doing the same thing that our export markets are doing right here in Tobago. Because it will be important that we have some epicenter waste management for not just Trinidad and Tobago, but the entire region.
TRRI has already expanded its operations to processing organic waste through URP under the farming program in Roxborough. RWL is also aspiring to meet the Sustainable Development Goals of the UN.
Part of TRRI objective is to reduce 50% of Tobago's waste by 2025. Beyond 2025, until 2030, we are working towards having Tobago to become a zero waste to landfill island.
TRRI was established as part of a public-private partnership with the THA, the Environmental Management Authority's ICARE initiative, and the Ministry of Planning's Green Fund. I'm Ryan McCool for Let's Talk Tobago.
Top Catch Charters is a catamaran tour service aimed at giving visitors memorable coastal experiences. It's also very big on eco-friendly processes that protect the environment. Now, several months ago, its owners went a step further to get international recognition for their efforts through the Blue Flag program. We have the story on why this award is important for Top Catch. Have a look.
Top Catch Charters is the first catamaran tour operator to get Blue Flag certified in the English-speaking Southern Caribbean. This boat tour service provides fun and educational marine experiences to visitors. It also focuses on maintaining environmentally friendly procedures and sustainable practices, such as the use of reusable eating and drinking utensils. So getting Blue Flag certification is a way to validate and strengthen this boat operator's business model.
When we started the business, we didn't want to be the typical run-of-the-mill tour operator. We wanted to ensure that our actions do not harm the environment. So when we heard about the Blue Flag certification, we thought that the goals of that project are in line with our own mission and goals at Top Catch Charters. So for us, it was sort of an easy fit in terms of aligning ourselves just a little bit more to reach the Blue Flag standard.
The Blue Flag program is an international eco-recognition given to beaches, marinas, and boat tour operators by global body, the Foundation for Environmental Education. Green TNT is the national coordinator of the Blue Flag program in this country, and the Tobago Tourism Agency TTAL works with Green TNT to facilitate the initiative on the island.
It is a step in the right direction. It is a step in the direction that will make us more competitive in the region. In fact, this is the first of its kind happening on the island. In fact, it is also the one of a kind happening in the region, right? We have 3 pilot blue flag status beaches. We also have a blue flag boat operator. That's the first in the English-speaking Southern Caribbean. So it's a huge deal, it's a huge achievement, and we're extremely proud of them.
It speaks volumes that Tobago and its operators, of course being pioneered by Topcatch, that they are very concerned about their operations and improving on their guest experience to ensure that everyone understands that once they enjoy the services of Topcatch offers, that they are doing it in an environmentally safe way, and also that all health regulations and guidelines are adhered to as well.
The Blue Flag recognition means that marine businesses like Topcatch have met criteria such as sound environmental management practices, environmental education and information for guests, as well as safety. Manager of Topcatch, Siobhan Peters, hopes that their achievement will motivate others.
We feel very excited. We feel that we have accomplished something great, not just for us, but for Tobago. And I think at the end of the day, it's all about bringing Tobago up on the sustainability ladder. So we really hope that us achieving this award will inspire other operators to become a little more conscious in terms of how their actions and their activities affect the environment that we depend so heavily on.
Currently, other boat tour operators are working with Green TNT and Tital to become Blue Flag certified. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
We have to take a break, but when we return, we take a look at the Tobago Sea School's training, surveying, and certification services. It's coming up next when Let's Talk Tobago returns. Stay with us.
I am Anton Jordan, Building Superintendent of the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries, and the Environment. I took the vaccine because I have 3 children. I don't want to be wondering what happens to them in the event that I have to be hospitalized from the coronavirus. Right now, we are heading back out to work. More likely than not, we may encounter someone on the job either has the virus or has been exposed to someone with the virus. Please, we all have to do our part. Vax up. Protection starts with us.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tobago. Now, international maritime experts under the auspices of parent company Titan Marine Engineering and Surveillance Company Limited have established a base of operations in Tobago. Their marine interests and seafarers can access training, surveying, and certification services. Producer Ryan McCool spoke with one of the directors of the Tobago Sea School located at Bonaccord. Listen up to this next story.
Founded in 2011 by the late Mr. Davidson Hackett, the Tobago Sea School offers a range of maritime training from pre-maintenance of engines to offshore health and safety.
There are mandatory courses that you have to do when you're working on a ship. So there's a basic safety training. We offer that. There's a security awareness if you're working on a passenger ship, crowd control. We offer training of boatmaster, different all the levels from boatmaster 3, 2, and 1. We offer the boat engineer course. We offer launch captain, launch engineer. We offer training to these stevedores in terms of correct use of the mooring lines, the different safety practices when you're receiving these lines.
Mr. Ricardo Alfred is a marine engineer and maritime surveyor with over 20 years of experience. He directs the Tobago Sea School together with Captain Karen Brebner and Captain Kristen Hackett. They're both shipmasters who have sailed across the globe. The 3 are able to design programs to meet the needs of any marine operation.
We embrace all walks of life to really come get the training. We are not limited to Tobago alone, we are limited to anywhere. And we offer world-class training.
The Tobago Sea School has also been engaged by the THA to offer technical and safety training to the island's fishermen.
We are willing to work with the fishermen in terms of what they would need in terms of training. So we will have the proper consultation. So they will be exposed to different scenarios, especially emergency scenarios when it comes to the high sea. They will be exposed to all the different collision regulations. They'll be exposed to, the different objects and devices that they have at sea.
The maritime expert believes Tobago can be the main port of entry in the Western Hemisphere, once relevant infrastructure and port management systems are established. This, he says, will provide a more viable option for shipping companies.
You have to understand the correlation between the turnaround time and productivity. So you could have the best port, but if your productivity and turnaround time is low, most shipping companies would not come here. So Tobago is poised to be a transshipment hub, meaning that you allow containers and stuff to come here, drop off, and then vice versa, take it to Trinidad. That will be the quickest and cheapest option for any shipping company, because you want to get your stuff delivered and then go.
To find out more, visit the website of the Tobago Sea School at tobagoseaschool.wordpress.com or visit the Tobago Sea School on Facebook. I'm Ryan McCool for Let's Talk Tobago.
Positive youth development impacts youth within their communities, schools, organizations, peer groups, and families in a manner that's productive and constructive. It provides opportunities for young people to grow and an environment that supports their development. All this is the mandate of the latest youth-oriented NGO being established in Tobago. We have more in this story.
Young people in the community of Speyside and environs are getting the opportunity to build on their strengths. That's thanks to Tobago's newest youth organization, Youths Transcending Boundaries, launched recently. The NGO was founded by Youth Assemblyman for Charlotteville, Lansfomé, Speyside, Adriel Wheeler.
Our ultimate vision is to be a community that supports the well-being and empowerment of our youths in Speyside and the environs and strengthen their resilience. In a nutshell, we aim to empower youths through culture and arts, sports, personal development, partnering with other youth organizations throughout Tobago, while fostering good relationships to break barriers and build a better tomorrow.
Assistant Secretary of the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, Assemblyman Wayne Clark, says Tobago's youth are being called to rise to the occasion. He acknowledges that organizations may face challenges in these very unprecedented times, but he's urging the members of this new body to remain focused and dedicated to service.
Youth Transcending Boundaries represents the latest leg of a continuing cycle of growth and development of the youths of Tobago. The team must be congratulated for the bold move to inspire the youth of Speyside and environs. In the face of challenging times, there is heartening to see youth be strong.
Youth Transcending Boundaries has been described as a ray of hope for Speyside and the surrounding communities, and by extension, Tobago.
Organizations such as Youth Transcending Boundaries give the youth a ray of hope and for future, and for this we must be thankful. The foundation must first be laid at the community level and then developed across the whole of Tobago. As such, the legislature supports real opportunities and real and lasting change for the youths here in Tobago.
Over the years, I would have been invited to a number of launches for community-based organizations. Some would have lasted a few months, some still slowly progressing. But why I'm confident that this organization would succeed is because of the persistence behind the individuals who are charting the course.
Meanwhile, Area Representative and Chief Secretary Honorable Fali Augustine is offering the members these tips for success.
To accomplish the goals that are necessary, there are some things that just must happen. And first, you have to break those mental barriers that somehow made you think that these things can't work. When you do that, you are well on your way to creating something big and important that will actually work. It takes time. That's the second thing I will tell you. It takes time. Nothing happens overnight. Nothing works better than organization. You see, when you have an organization that is organized, pull the root word from organization. If you look at that and you have that and you have structure, you will be amazed at what you can accomplish.
Youth Transcending Boundaries also aspires to showcase youth talent within the village of Speyside and environs. Coming up next, we take a look at one police youth club that's making an impact on the youth in the community. We'll tell you all about it right after this break. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Mr. Rajman, Drainage Supervisor with the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment. The decision for me to take the vaccine was a no-brainer, not just to protect myself and my family from the COVID virus, but the public as well. On a day-to-day basis, I'm charged with running the Roxborough district, which I have to interact with 600 plus workers, key stakeholders in the community and the public. So it's time for us to really stamp out this virus and eradicate it. So, vax up, protection starts with us.
We're staying with youth development for our next story. From a fledgling organization, we're looking at a police youth club that's already made a major impact on its community. The group was recognized for its good work in 2021. So in our next story, Crystal George tells us how the club cleared its many hurdles to become a leader in youth development. Here's more.
Police youth clubs provide young people in their communities with a safe environment where they can learn and thrive. Mount St. George Police Youth Club is pretty good at encouraging the island's youth. So much so that it's a standout youth organization on the island. The club's executive is aiming to use that momentum to help the youth stay on the right track.
The job of the Police Youth Club is really to provide an avenue for the young persons within the community. We want to try to keep them engaged. We want to expose them to activities and to programs that can help enable their development, their growth and development.
Mount St. George Youth Club was formed in 2006 by Miss Alana James. She wanted to create something more out of her community. The club endured a few setbacks, and after a lull in operations, reopened its doors in 2012. The current executive has no plans of slowing down, with many youth in the community needing support. Last month, the organization was recognized for its unwavering commitment to the community.
Starting at the beginning where nobody wanted to be a part of this organization, or it was like pulling teeth to get persons to come on board, whether attendance from the young people or to get volunteers on board. We have reached the point now where the volunteerism is there, the engagement is there. We would have grown from probably 25 members to close to we're almost bordering 100.
Of course, it's a police youth club. So what role does the police have if there's an executive in place?
So what we have to do as officers, we have to encourage persons to volunteer, and we have to ensure that the executive functions. We liaise with the police service and the community to ensure that they get the things that they need. So what we try to do is just to get the youths involved, to get the youths engaged, and to get the youths, feeling that energy, the youths feeling that motivation to continue and to be model citizens.
The excellence of Mount St. George Police Youth Club shone through at last month's Tobago Youth Awards. The club won Most Outstanding Youth Organization. Other winners included Mr. Brathwaite, Youth Mentor, Alana Allen, Youth Service, and Shaquan Allen, Youth Triumph. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
In our final story, we're taking a look at the career of entertainer Gerard Balfour. He's widely known as a steel pan player, but there's so much more to this musical talent beyond the national instrument, including songwriting and vocal performance. We also have a taste of his latest tune called Lockdown. Listen to this.
tell no lie. She says she can't get over me. I've been thinking lately. Oh God, you're on my mind like totally, darling.
That's a bit of Lockdown, a song released earlier this month by artiste Gerard Mark Balfour. He's been a music producer with his own studio since 2015. Mr. Balfour writes, composes, produces, and performs his own songs. His musical journey, however, began many years ago with the steel pan, Gerard's first love. This Tobago-born artiste took an interest in the national instrument as a child, and his passion for the steel pan has only grown.
The steel pan chose me, and with that now, because I played other instruments, I even played trap set, drums. I actually started to play drums. That was the first thing in church, but the steel pan now is like a drum but with tone, so I gravitated to the steel pan, and from since learning the UB40, I've never given up on pan. So I would say is the steel pan choose me, the song, the feeling it brings to me. I prefer the steel pan above all instruments.
Over the years, Mr. Balfour has been fortunate to perform as a panist on various stages, including the Tobago Jazz Experience and at the Florida Memorial University. He's elated whenever he sees people delighted by his music.
One of the main responses that I've gotten is, I never liked pan, but when I hear you play pan, I love pan. I can hear you play pan all the time, and even with this singing, people always say that you're talented and you have potential and keep at it and them kind of thing. I never really had a bad, anyone tell me anything that is negative or anything regarding performing. I always had good criticism and good remarks when it comes to me performing steel pan or singing.
Steel pan tutor and drill master for RBC Redemption Sound Setters are some of the other portfolios held by this multi-talented artiste. Gerard's long-term goal is to continue developing his musical abilities.
My goal is to be more consistent with my craft and try and be more innovative in delivering good quality music. That songs not like everyone else, but songs like it coming from a different place, which is Tobago.
For the immediate future, Mr. Balfour hopes that his latest song, Lockdown, will be consistently played on the local and national radio stations. To find out more about Gerard's music or to book his songwriting or music production services, you can call 754-5524. Email gerardbalfour94@gmail.com. Connect with him on Facebook via Gerard Panman Balfour or Instagram at Gerard M. Balfour. And you can check out his YouTube channel, GMB Entertainment. I'm Amadaro Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
So we've come to the end of yet another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like our Office of the Chief Secretary Facebook page. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and fantastic week. We leave you with a montage of the Colson's Chalet in Charlotteville. And for more information on this guest house, you can contact 773-1341. Do enjoy.